Hello everybody. Hoping you've all been doing well and staying safe. I was planning on writing this down originally, but this honestly felt like something better translated as a Wanderer's Journal entry. So, you guys are probably all familiar about resting bitch face syndrome. For me, I always joke about this with a lot of my friends. I always make the joke with everyone that I have. Resting sad face, you know, tired, squinty eyes tend to have that effect for me. I went to my usual late night dining haunt this past weekend, the place being super crowded in lieu of it being Labor Day weekend. One of the regular employees in the diner, her name is Anne, immediately recognized me as I was wearing my Cheshire cat mask. Over there, see? I'm also in front of Universal Building, so Disney mask, Universal Building, husha. I was wearing my Cheshire cat mask and one of my Doctor Who coats during that previous visit. Settled myself down at my usual spot by the counters as I take to drinking a cup of water away from the heat that night. It was just really hot. I'm very much not a summer person, like at all. She notices how mildly detached I looked, almost in a state of dissociation, if you will. So on a whim, she asks how I've been feeling and asks why I look so gloomy. She's of course aware of my situation with the accident and dealing with the recovery and, you know, just all that jazz. It's been a bit of a sensitive topic to discuss with people. I mean, not that I don't really have a problem with talking about it as such, but fighting off the temptations and the urges of just breaking down in a diner just felt so hard that night. In all of her sweetness, you know, she encouraged me to speak and to vent to her on what's been happening over the past few months, and so I did. So as I've made it pretty clear in the last video, these past few months have not been an absolute cakewalk. It's been an absolute mess, hodgepodge mix of dealing with therapy, lawsuit anxiety, just the overall stench of existential dread. Even finding simple joys and things like, you know, being peppy with people, just trying to, you know, like having a sparkling, interesting conversation, even stuff like taking my camera out and the inspiration of shooting something for a story. It's felt as if I've had very little willpower or enthusiasm or joy in doing the things that I really used to enjoy, for lack of a better expression. Also, I had recently returned to work after spending the past 3 or 4 months in a medical leave of absence, and something that I've noticed, you know, when I you know, like coming back, you know, because I do deal in guest service in a theme park, the apparent sense of passive aggressiveness in these people ever since the pandemic started is just almost surprising, bewildering, almost numbing. Actually, it's you know, what a difference a year makes. Feeling like a sudden burst of adrenaline, just everyone rushing and pacing. Even I've been wanting to feel like shouting to stop the fucking train, to get off. I want to get off this train. Kind of felt that I wanted that stillness of the moment to just be in the present, you know. I just wanted everything to stop, you know, like for time to stand still, but it's pretty obvious that, you know, it doesn't work like that. Having spoken all this to Anne that night, I guess, you know, it really gets me to wonder why I just find so much solace and comfort in places like like diners that are open late at night, just being surrounded by all these strangers. You know, you never know what stories you might hear, and, you know, just, you know, who might be super kind and wonderful enough to give you a listening ear. And gets to talking to me about, you know, her life and, you know, how she ended up where she is right now over at this diner. She had been fighting a very long battle in her life. A 20-year-long journey with sobriety from being an avid user of heroin. And through her years of soul searching and finding out very late in her life, after all that whole fucking mess, just what her passions were, and, you know, what life was about her, where she fit into the fucking picture. She had channeled her experiences and her pain, you know, from, you know, just everything that has helped her up to that point in time. She had channeled all that and founded herself a side organization outside of her job where she was able to help women find their independence to achieve things like sobriety or even escaping a toxic household, toxic, even abusive household. And the fact that at the end of the day, you know, she chooses to remind these poor women, you know, just these poor individuals, that there is indeed hope at the end of the tunnel, is, I think it's pretty fucking solid, to be honest. And she tells me something that just resonated with me that night, and that I wanted to share with you guys, and in the fact that no matter how lost or alone you feel, you never know who's going to be sitting there on your side. There could be some poor souls out there that just might need to hear your voice and what you've got to offer. It's light at the end of the tunnel. There could be someone out there who just might be able to hear you out and use it as their inspiration of how to survive, you know, just everyday life, so to speak. Fact of the matter is, you know, yes, you know, we're all in the middle of our own journey. It's all different, unique to us and us alone. But the fact that there's still people out there that's still willing to listen, to give you a listening ear, even a shoulder to cry on, to vent to, just all around positive vibes to offer. It really goes to show that, you know, maybe life isn't that bad at all. Life ain't that bad. Not everybody in this godforsaken universe, I don't know why I'm putting it that way, not everybody in this godforsaken universe is an asshole. There could be some really wonderful people out there who just might be willing to sit with you, even tell you that things are going to be all right. Maybe it's not going to be all right right now, but they'll tell you that it's going to be all right eventually. And it's all just a matter of where you find them. You never know where they could be. Yeah. Now, before she cleared off for the night, she did add to our conversation that in spite of all the hopelessness that I've been feeling, even though it feels like, you know, you could be falling into an abyss, just having no idea when it's going to end, just all this pain, stress, and anxiety, and depression, just uncertainty, all the uncertainty in general in life that's just been driving you crazy or just making you feel hopeless about the future. The fact of the matter is, she told me that there is still hope to be had. There's still a lot of time left. It isn't too late. And she tells me that even though I feel lost or just feel afraid of the future, just afraid of all the uncertainty, having no clue where energetic me is, so to speak, where, you know, where the energetic happy Riley is. She tells me, she assures me with all her kindness that he's still there. He never left, you know, in spite of how depressed I've been feeling with just what the fuck's been going on. He's still here. Just waiting to smile and laugh again and send all the peace, love, and Positive vibes. He'll come back.